Good morning, friends. In our last lectures, we saw the poem All the Words a Stage by William Shakespeare. In today's lecture, we are going to see the questions based on this poem. From your understanding of the poem, answer the following questions briefly in a sentence or two. Number first, what is the word compared to? In the poem All the Words a Stage by William Shakespeare, the word is compared to a drama stage. Question 2, and they have their exits and their entrances. What do the words exits and entrances mean? The word exit and entrances means birth and death. Question 3, what is the first stage of human's life? The first stage of human's life is infant. Question 4, describe the second stage of life as depicted by Shakespeare. The second stage of a human's life is a schoolboy. He slings his bag over his shoulder and creeps most reluctantly to school. Question number 5. How does a man play a lover's role? A man play a lover's role by busily composing ballads for his beloved, and he earns for her attention. Question number 6. Bring out the features of the fourth stage of a man as described by the poet. In the fourth stage, a man is aggressive and ambitious and seeks reputation in all that he does. He promises solemnly to guard his country and becomes a soldier. Question number 7. When does a man becomes a judge? How? In response to this question, as he grows older with maturity and wisdom, he becomes a fair judge. During this stage, he is firm and serious. Question number 8. Which stage of man's life is associated with shank? The sixth stage of man's life is associated with the shank. And question number 9. Why is the last stage called second childhood? Answer of this question. Slowly, the man loses his faculties of sight, hearing, smell, and taste, and exits from the roles of his life like a child. Explain the following lines briefly with reference to the context. Here are some of the lines have been given. We have to explain the meaning the lines consists. Number first, they have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts. These are the lines from the poem All the Words a Stage by William Shakespeare. We have to explain the meaning of these lines. The context first. The above lines are taken from the poem All the Words a Stage, written by William Shakespeare. It is an extract from Shakespeare's play As You Like It. Explanation. In a drama, every player enters the stage, acts her part, and then exits. In the same way, we enter in this world by birth. We lead our life in different characters. We exit from this world at the time of our death. Question number 2. Jealous in honor, sudden and quick in quarrel, seeking the bubble reputation. Context. Again, the above lines are taken from the poem All the Words a Stage, written by William Shakespeare. It is an extract taken from Shakespeare's play As You Like It. According to the poet, every man has 7 stages during his lifetime. These lines describes the 4th stage of a man's attitude. This is the context. The explanation. In his 4th stage, as a soldier, a man is very jealous in his honor. He is ready to fight with his enemy. He wants to gain the unstable fame and name even by sacrificing his life on the battlefield. Question 3rd. Is second childishness and mere oblivion, sans teeth, sans eyes, sans taste, sans everything. Context. The above lines are taken from the poem All the Words a Stage, written by William Shakespeare. It is an extract taken from Shakespeare's play As You Like It. According to the poet, every man has 7 stages during his lifetime. These lines describes the last stage of a man's life. This is the context. Explanation. The last stage of a man is known as his second childhood. A child cannot see, hear, smell, and taste anything during childhood. When a man grows old, slowly he loses his sense of sight, hearing, smell, and taste like the child. So this stage of his life is considered as second childhood. Question number next. Read the poem once again carefully and identify the figure of speech that has been used in each of the following lines from the poem. All the words a stage. In this line, the figure of speech metaphor has been used. In metaphor, there is comparison between two dissimilar things without using the words like or as. मेटाफर या भाषा अलंकारामध्ये ज्यावेळेस कवी त्याच्या कवितेमध्ये वापरतो त्यावेळेस लाईक आणि ॲज या शब्दांचा वापर न करता 2 भिन्न वस्तूंमध्ये ज्यावेळेस तुलना केली जाते त्यावेळेस मेटाफर हा अलंकार वापरला आहे असं आपण त्या ठिकाणी म्हणतो. इन दिस फर्स्ट line of the poem, All the Words a Stage, poet William Shakespeare has used the figure of speech metaphor. B. And all the men and women merely players. Here again in this line, poet William Shakespeare has used the figure of speech metaphor. Here, poet compares men and women with players. Hence, here the poet has not used the words like or as. He has directly made the comparison between men and women and players. Hence, in this line of the poem, poet William Shakespeare has used the figure of speech metaphor. C. And shining morning face creeping like snail. In this line of the poem, poet William Shakespeare has used the figure of speech simile. Here in this line of the poem, poet has made the comparison between two things. Poet William Shakespeare has compared the face of the small boy with the snail, or the walking of that small boy with the walking of the snail. लहान त्या शाळकरी मुलाच्या चालण्याची तुलना या ठिकाणी या कवितेच्या लाईनमध्ये विल्यम शेक्सपियरनं गोगलगाईच्या चालण्याप्रमाणे केलेली आहे. लाईक या शब्दाचा वापर करून. दिस इज वाय इन दिस लाईन ऑफ द पोएम poet William Shakespeare has used the figure of speech simile. D. Full of strange oaths and bearded like the pard. Here again, in this line of the poem, from all the words stage, poet William Shakespeare has used the figure of speech simile. Here again, the poet has compared two dissimilar things by using the word like. He compared the beard of a soldier with the pard. त्या सैनिकाच्या दाढीचं वर्णन त्या ठिकाणी चित्त्याच्या दिसण्यासारखं, त्या ठिकाणी जो चित्ता आहे चित्त्याच्या दिसण्यासारखं त्या सैनिकाची जी दाढी आहे त्या चित्त्याला असणाऱ्या दाढीप्रमाणे आहे असं वर्णन लाईक या शब्दाचा वापर करून उपमा देऊन या ठिकाणी कवी या दोन भिन्न वस्तूंची तुलना करून त्या ठिकाणी या कवितेमध्ये सांगतोय. ई सीकिंग द बबल रेप्युटेशन. Here in this line of the poem, poet William Shakespeare has used the figure of speech metaphor. Without using the words like or as, he has made the direct comparison between two dissimilar things. Next, his youthful horse well saved a word too wide. Here again, the poet William Shakespeare has used the figure of speech metaphor. And last, and his big manly voice turning again toward childish treble. In the last line of this poem, the poet has once again used the figure of speech metaphor. Question next, pick out the words in alliteration in the following lines. Number first, and all the men and women merely players. In this line of the word, the words which are alliteration, we can call it, are men and merely. These two words which are made up from the consonant sounds m and m, men, merely. So these words starting from the consonant m are repeated in this line of the poem. So the figure of speech used in the following line is alliteration. B. And one man in his time plays many parts. Here in this line of the poem, poet has used two pairs of alliteration. And one man in his time plays many parts. Man, many, plays parts. Man is the word made up from the consonant sound m. Many is the word made up from the consonant sound m. And plays and parts are the words made up from the consonant sounds p. So in this line of the poem, poet has used the figure of speech alliteration. Last, jealous in honor, sudden and quick in quarrel. Here again, poet William Shakespeare has used the figure of speech alliteration. The words which indicates the use of alliteration in this line of the poem are quick and quarrel. Next question. Read the given lines and answer the questions that follow. Then the winning schoolboy with his sagel and shiny morning face creeping like snail unwillingly to school. Question first, based on these lines of the poem, which stage of life is referred to here by the poet? The answer of this question The second stage of life is being referred to here by the poet. Question second, based on these lines of the poem, what are the characteristics of this stage? The characteristics of the second stage of life as described by the poet are laziness and unwillingness to go to school are the characteristics of second stage of the life. Question next, how does the boy go to school? The boy goes to school unwillingly. Question last on these lines of the poem, which figure of speech has been employed in the second line? Creeping like snail is the second line here, and the figure of speech used is simile. B. Then a soldier full of strange oaths and bearded like the pard, jealous in honor, sudden and quick in quarrel, seeking the bubbled reputation, ever in the cannon's mouth. The questions based on these lines of the poem are: number first, what is the soldier ready to do? The answer of this question: the soldier is ready to guard his country. Question second, explain bubble reputation. According to Shakespeare, bubble reputation is a short-lived glory. Question third, what are the distinguishing features of this stage? In the fourth stage of his life, a man is aggressive and ambitious. He seeks reputation in all that he does. He promises solemnly to guard his country and become a soldier. Question C, and then the justice in fair round belly, with good cap inclined, with eyes severe and beard of formal cut, full of wise saws and modern instances. These are the lines from the poem All the Words a Stage by William Shakespeare. Now we have to answer the small questions based on these lines of the poem. Question first, whom does justice refer to? Justice refer to a judge, someone very respected. Question second, describe his appearance. He is fair, he has a round belly and formal beard. Question third, on these lines of the poem, how does he behave with the people around him? He behaves firm and serious with the people around him. Question last, what does he do to show his wisdom? He shows his wisdom in his wise sayings and modern instances. I think for today's lecture it is enough for us. I hope you will enjoy this lecture of mine and prepare for your examination point of view. Thank you one and all for being with us, for being with me throughout the lecture. Thank you.